Hey, howdy, hey, y'all. This is Friday, not a workbook Wednesday because I missed another workbook Wednesday. My thoughts exactly. I don't really have the energy, so I might be a little meh. I'm also in a lot of pain in my back. I have a sick puppers. Lots of appointments this week. Still more appointments all the way to next week. I get electrocuted on Monday. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I don't know. Not sleeping well. I'm tired, but I know I need to hold myself accountable. So I'm going to continue to do this. This just depending on the topics, because I'm still kind of emotional from last Friday's. I don't want to say emotional. I don't know. It's weird. It's really hard to set a hard boundary with family, and it weighs on you. It's not quite a death, but it's very much a disappointment. So extreme. So like I don't take pleasure in making these boundaries with people at all. But I've lived a life for so long without boundaries that it was such a detriment to myself that I can no longer do that. So yeah, so I'm kind of heavy is the feeling. I don't have the energy. I don't have like the gumption to be witty. I'm trying to put a color on the feelings right now, and I don't want to say their color is mushy. I don't know. It's kind of brown and gray, blobby, heavy, gelatin, blah going on inside of me. The blob. Yeah, that's what's going on inside of me, I guess. So let's go ahead and not focus on my feeling right now. Because I don't want to get defeated already. Hi, Dusty. So right now in my hands is the BPD cards. That's my cat. One of my cats, Dusty, Stardust. His twin is somewhere, probably sitting in my seat over there. All right, so I'm picking out a random card. We've got impulse management again. Precursor control. Identify the thoughts, feelings, and situations that are often present right before you act impulsively. You can control them by reframing your response with imagery. Instead of seeing yourself acting out, imagine putting your hands in your pockets, taking deep breaths, and not acting. Reframe your mind, and you'll reframe your behavior. So that one's a hard one for me, especially because I only think in imagery. So, like, especially when I'm in the moment, I don't see myself like. All right, so I had a hard therapy session this week because my brother and I went out to watch a luminary procession in a downtown city area. And while this procession was really pretty, everything was really good. It was like from Florida, we have a lot of open city area, like city sidewalk areas and things like that during festivals and parades that are open alcohol. This wasn't quite that, but there was quite a number of people acting like this was. So they were definitely more intoxicated than they should be being out in public at a very much family event, not a Mardi Gras, not a street party, not a block party, nothing like that that suggests, let's get blasted. Everyone's free to do what they want. So after I did my last video Friday, after the procession, my brother and I were trying to leave, and me being so hyper vigilant, especially to abuse and trauma, there was a guy very angrily talking with a raised voice, not quite yelling, but close enough to that poor woman's face and ear that it would be construed to her as yelling, "Fuck you. How can you fucking do this to me? You won't even walk that fucking far for me. You're a piece of shit." Da, 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 da. And this woman's not responding. She's facing forward, and this guy is just here. I'm at least 8-9 feet behind them with my brother, and I can smell the alcohol coming off his breath every time he's like cursing at her. He's just these abrupt, sharp bursts of air. And I was waiting for a moment to intervene that's like, okay, are they going to handle this themselves? Are they going to go ahead and leave? Do I have to intervene because she can't speak up for herself? Because if he's doing this to her in public, how does he treat her in private? So as we're standing there and I'm kind of scanning around to see what else is going on, who else is around, is there an authority figure that I can kind of nudge and just say, hey, kind of keep an eye on this over here. There wasn't. And as I was scanning, she had walked 10, 12 feet in front of her to this barrier. And it was a short barrier, I guess, it's not for cars not to cross. It was like kind of more elegant than a normal pylon. And she was like leaning on it. And of course, he made a beeline and she's facing the road and he's back at her ear saying, "How dare you? You don't fucking love me. You think you fucking love me." So I said, enough. And I walked around to the front of her across from the pylon. And I said, "Hi, are you okay?" And she kind of was like, I said, "Are you sure you're okay?" And she told me to get out of her fucking face. And I was like, all right. So she walked off. And of course, he's right next to her. And he's staring at me just so incredulously, looking for these words to say in his, alcohol infused mind right now. Like, what thoughts could he say? And I had enough of him looking at me. And I was like, what do you have to say? You're abusing your woman. And then it just rolled from there. He told me to shut the fuck up, and I'm a fucking Karen, to mind my fucking business. And I said, I can't mind my business when you're abusing women in public. Don't be a woman abuser. Don't abuse her. I said, look, she left you. He's like, yeah, because she left to go home. And I said, it doesn't matter. This is embarrassing, and you're embarrassing, and you just need to take accountability for your actions. Told me to shut the fuck up, to mind my own business. And they pulled out his camera. So once again, I got recorded for being a Karen, for sticking my nose in someone else's business, which my dog just threw up. Told you I have a sick puppy, y'all. Give me a moment. Ziggy, are you okay? Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Where's my cleaner? Hi, Papa. This why you're not eating your food? What is that in there? What did you eat? A thread? Oh, gross. Watch out, baby. I got it clean. Yeah, I got it clean, Papa. There you go. Good boy. You feeling okay? Oh, yeah. So right on through. Alright. Once Mommy's done with the video, she's going to take this off and wash the couch cushion. It's okay, Papa. You can't help it. It's okay. Oh! Ah! Ah! Do you need to go outside? No, not all of you. Just the one who's puking. Be right back, guys. I promise. I mean, I know this is really for me, so no one's really watching. No, just Ziggy. No, dude, go. Get. You guys don't need to yet. Get. He's not feeling well right now. It's okay, Bubba. Everyone feeling all right? You okay, Ziggy? He out of his butt. Okay, well, I'm back. Right, my husband. Where is he? Go, please. Bowie Bosef, go lay down, please. Okay. What can I help you with? What can I help you with? What is this? What is this? Hi. No, please. This is why. Guys, let mommy talk. Mommy's not even finished doing what she needs to do. I think that was a cat. Go lay down. Lay down. There's no room. Just lay down. So he kept slurring his words and telling us he wasn't drunk, and then kept trying to look at my brother, which I don't allow. If I'm in a group of people and something's happening, I'm gonna make sure to be in between, good or bad. I don't care. Not good or bad, but if nothing comes of it or a fight happens, I don't want whoever I'm with to be hurt in any way possible. So let me take the abuse type of thing. He kept saying, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, that he's been married with her for 15 years, so he can talk to her how he wants, and just really horrible stuff. And eventually he left, and I don't know. It was a sad situation. And as we continued to walk, a couple blocks later, there was a chick crying in a dark alley who also didn't want help. It's fine. Just offered it. And then there was a extremely drunk guy walking home. And by walking, I mean stumbling, almost falling into the road that we stopped and gave a ride to. because he was walking uphill all the way home. And yeah. So my therapist asked me a question, and I think I posed this on the last Friday video, was that do you feel like you have to confront certain people because you never had a voice or because it feels good? And that was a kind of, go on. You can go. Go with your brother. Go. Go on. There you go. It's really tight back here. That's why I asked you guys not to be back here. So it's very rarely a feel-good issue. Yes, sometimes it does feel good, but it's more of like an audacity or maybe sometimes ego issue. And while let's talk about the handicap parking space situation, that was probably more ego than I ever wanted it to actually be. But the abuse, and this is what I got like stuck with my therapist, is like, how do you walk by and see abuse and not say anything? How are so many people comfortable with just minding their own business because they don't know the story of seeing abuse, of seeing a parent smack the shit out of their child, of seeing a boyfriend and girlfriend punch each other and crying, or seeing verbal abuse and being accosted. Like, I don't get it. And maybe that's something I have to rectify within myself. But like, to actually tell myself, don't do anything when there's abuse going on, made me cry. I cannot. That inner child of mine screaming, nobody ever stood up for you. Ever. There was 15 adults that could have done something, and not one of them did. And sometimes, one of my therapists asked, well, did you speaking up, was it going to change anything? Was it going to make change? And that was another question I just don't get either, because does anything we do make change? How do we know that we, in effect, make change? We're not following up with these people. We're not following up with events, but the mere fact that we at least attempt to try something, whether it's going to make a change or not, is our duty as humans to stick up for, human rights, abuse, like genocide. I don't know. It almost made me think to my therapist, like, and while one seemed a little less judgy than the other, it made me feel like you're the type of people that wouldn't say anything then. You're the type of people I got mad at that didn't say anything when they saw something happening. And that's just not okay. And again, maybe I when I see my PTSD therapist, I haven't seen them yet, that I can maybe get a better grasping and understanding of this, because it makes it difficult for me to go out. And I know it's my trauma. I know it's hypervigilance because of my trauma. But that hypervigilance has saved me and others, as well as robbed me from being in the moment at times. So, I don't know. It feels like a very delicate balance act. Hang on, my husband just wrote me. Sorry, I'm gonna call the vet later about him puking. That makes me think there's something in my yard. Oh my goodness. Sorry, it's my dogs. But yeah, so this precursor control, like, I definitely can identify shaking my leg anxiety is coming because there's going to be an interaction or something like that, or clenching my jaw, balling up my hands, having a really, really tense body, which, like, then with a little bit more stress than I've been dealing, it's taking its toll on my body this week for sure. It's okay. Where's Chloe? She's laying upstairs. What are you doing? Never good when you have a quiet house. So like I know that there are certain triggers like that, especially when I deal with a routine. I can, like, if I get into it with my husband about something, I can tell when things affect me a bit more, like if I took my meds late, or if I didn't sleep well, or if I'm overly stressed, and I can catch myself for the most part, not every time, by any means, not every time. And I say, I'm acting this way because of A, B, and C. So I need to remove myself from the situation, or I just not need to talk about this, or koala, my trigger word. DPT deck, I'm going to pull out a card. Ow, these cards are sharp. Oh no. Bridge burning. Bridge burning is when you remove the means of acting on harmful behaviors. Without the means, you have more opportunities to be skillful. If you overeat, get unhealthy foods out of your home. If you use drugs or alcohol, get rid of them, and you're using paraphernalia. That was a weird phrasing. And if you self-injure, dispose of the implements of your self-injury. Think of a harmful behavior you want to give up and take bridge-burning steps. My harmful behavior, one of them, is picking at my skin. How the hell am I supposed to get rid of my fingertips? Am I supposed to pull the nails out of my fingers? Like, how do I bridge burn that? What the hell? What am I supposed to do? I mean, I'm trying to be more conscious, and I know I mostly do it. I don't want to say getting tired, but on my way to tired, like when I become more disassociative and in my comfort zone, or like when I'm in bed trying to go to sleep, laying down to go to sleep, that's like the worst part. So, sorry, I have allergies or something going on. I get an allergy test in another week. My ears are super clogged. Like it, I don't know what I could burn. Like I try to go to bed when I'm actually know that I'm going to fall asleep within the next 10 minutes. I don't have to worry about picking at myself, but I don't know. I am looking at getting a picking pad possibly to help. So that might be something. Yeah, I get the other things. I get it. I totally get it, but I can't remove my fingertips. I don't know. I've tried putting Band-Aids on. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe put Band-Aids on my fingers. That's going to be frustrating. I haven't tried that one yet. Those are my DBT cards. I was going to speak about speaking in absolutes and speaking about doctors and fighting for yourself, which is kind of what I'm been trying to do for a very long time, with a couple times I've given up. But I don't know if I'm really ready to speak passionately about that. I can speak in platitudes about it right now, and I want to give it the time it deserves and the energy it deserves. sorry. I have to think about my dogs right now and calling the vet and seeing what else I need to do. This is so frustrating. I'm sorry I'm not really as present and as showing up as I should be. But this is real. This is what happens. You know, we can't control how things are going to affect that. I mean, yeah, you can and you can't. It's hard for people with BPD because we do feel more. That us managing our emotions does not mean we don't feel things as intensely. We just don't react as intensely as we should. So there's a difference. So we still feel everything heavy and as passionate or as much or as hard than we ever do, but we're just managing our reactions more. So it can still take a toll on us, even though we are more healthy than we've been in the past. Like, we are never going to be able to turn off those intense feelings unless you choose substances. Only thing we can do is mitigate ourselves and look for the precursors. Look for ways to stop your bad behaviors so that those bad behaviors in return give you a bad attitude, which gives you bad feelings. Like, it's a cycle, so we got to stop the cycles, right? We got to start a process and stop the cycles. So those feelings will still be there. And the more you try to fix the feelings, the less successful you will be. And I think that is to be said not only with borderline personality disorder, but anybody with trauma as well. Because we're not going to be able to fix our trauma. We can't fix it and even heal it so much. How are you going to heal certain things? All you can do is help heal your body around it. It's still going to be there, but you can create more distance or more thickness or a crust around it. See, I'm thinking of a cavernous hole. So you can build something over it, but you're not going to be able to heal that wound directly because it was there and it was created. But you can heal everything around it, if that makes sense. And eventually that will make you start to feel better. And I wish I'd gotten a chance to do kind of EMDR, because I feel like that's kind of the similar response, is that you still remember the stuff, but you just don't have a feeling towards it anymore. And I wasn't traumatized enough to have that. So I think it's kind of in essence the same, at least for me on my path thus far. I'm not going to be able to heal all the things that my parents did to me. They're not going to be able to heal it. But could they make an attempt to make a bridge? Absolutely. Could they acknowledge and accept responsibility? Absolutely. Do they have to go in therapy and have to change? No, but expect that I'm putting up my boundaries and we're never going to have the same relationship, even if you acknowledge it. Because only healthy patterns can change unhealthy behaviors. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking out of my ass. Maybe I am. I just know that I am not fully with it, and I apologize. But I'm human, and I'm here, and I have at least made the commitment to get out one video a week, even though it might not always be on a Wednesday, which I really thought I could do. And maybe that was setting my own self up for failure. Sorry, my ears are so clogged. And yeah, so my jag. So yeah, I will see you guys in the coming week, hopefully with just a chill week. I have a lot of appointments coming up this week. I know I've got 2 on Monday. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I didn't put in. Shit. I didn't put it. Oh, the back part of my journal just came off. That's cool. Damn Walmart books. So hopefully this week should be a relatively easier week, or a more relatively easier week. So hopefully I can just get back on a workbook Wednesday routine. All right, I'll fix this later. Stop. I'll get back on a workbook Wednesday routine and hopefully have more energy. The sun's been out more, been out doing a bit more things. Still taking care of the squirrels and the rabbits and the crows in my garden. So I'm getting there. We'll get there. We will get there. All of us will. So sorry if that's a short video. Sorry it's a little lackluster. There's just a lot going on, and I physically just I'm very uncomfortable even sitting here. Like yeah. So thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. I appreciate anyone who even takes a peek. Thank you for just taking a peek and giving me that little bit of time. So see you guys in a few days. Bye. Be well.